made a lot of changes. Let's quickly run through the lineup. Kiko Casilla, the goalkeeper chosen by Zidane for the Copa del Rey this season. At the back, Marcelo, Nacho, Varane and Carvajal. No Sergio Ramos, no Pepe. In midfield, Casemiro, Modric and Cruz. And playing up front, Alvaro Morata, Asensio and James Rodriguez. And that means, of course, no Benzema.
Well, they've got that touch of luck, and of course the fans and the players will be thinking about the treble.
Well, to achieve that treble, the first obstacle to overcome, Sergio Rico in goal for Sevilla. The back four, Mariano, Gabriel Mercado, Adil Rami and Escudero. Playing in the holding positions in front of the back four, Vicente Iborra and Steven Nzonzi. Sami Nasri, Ganso and Vitolo will be playing behind the Argentine striker Carlos Joaquin Correa.
You know, it was nearly an even more magnificent start right at the very beginning of his Real Madrid career, his Sevilla career, because don't forget he faced Real Madrid in the Supercopa for Zidane, so it's a great opportunity for them to put in a good shift here tonight.
That's a good ball in from Modric, and somehow Alvaro Morata manages to spray it wide. It all started when Nacho picked out Carvajal. Modric looks up, and it looked to me as though Alvaro Morata was just a shade offside.
Yeah, I think he was just offside. The Sevilla defence stepped up very deliberately. FIFA Club World Cup, which they won, of course, beating Kashima Antlers 4-2 in the final.
That's a good ball in to Correa by Escudero. I think it may have taken a deflection off Nacho. First opportunity for the young Argentine striker, who's displaced to the bench this evening both Luciano Vieto and Wissam Ben Yedder. Perhaps the only thing really lacking. Sampaoli's side happy to wait for Madrid to come to them. The attack petering out on that occasion. Rami square to Mercado. They've gifted it though. And what a fantastic finish from the man of the moment, James Rodriguez, fooling, bamboozling Sergio Rico. And it was tentative defending by Sevilla, but James, when he got a sniff, didn't turn his nose up, and with a lovely curling left foot shot from just outside the box, makes it 1-0. 10 minutes gone, and who said we'd miss the BBC up front for Real Madrid?
Well, there's certainly not too many left foots or left feet in the game like this one. Wow. Wonderful strike from James Rodriguez, and you just can't afford to give the ball away there. It wasn't the best pass out, I think, from
Mercado.
Nzonzi tried to get there. He felt he was fouled. He was really hustled off the ball from Casemiro. I don't think it was a foul. Casemiro got there for me, and then James doesn't miss from there. Wonderful curling strike, and you just can't give the ball away in those kinds of areas when you've got a player like James on the...
Mariano, his Ganso. That's a delightful ball in to Correa, cuts it back, but there's nobody arriving from behind. Madrid failed to get it away. It's a wild attempted clearance from Casemiro, and in the end it's going to be a corner for Sevilla, headed out by...
for this Real Madrid defence.
Modric spraying it wide to Carvajal. The chip, it looked like there could have been a possible handball there from Vitolo, and in the end it's Modric who puts it inches wide.
Wonderful from Modric. It's the Croatian who starts the move, and then this kind of overhead scissor kick, which would have been spectacular if it had got in. See it here from a different angle. Great effort from Modric, inches wide.
Got some real power behind it. No wonder he's supported by James. Little back healer to the Colombian. In comes the cross. Marcelo arriving. He struck the volley so well. And the ball's still in play. And finally Vitolo putting it out. And there's going to be a corner for Real Madrid. What a cross from James. And what an attempt from Marcelo.
Well, what a build-up in general. It was a fantastic piece of play from Real Madrid, and this volley, well, if it's not straight at the goalkeeper, that's in the back of the net.
Well, Madrid earn a corner from it. Their second of the evening. Toni Kroos to take it. It's an in-swinger this time, and it's in the back of the net. Rafael Varane, unmarked on the edge of the 6-yard box, just with the side of his head, angles it away from Sergio Rico. 29 minutes gone, the Bernabeu on its feet. It's Real Madrid 2, Sevilla 0. And I'll tell you what, Duncan, there's no BBC out there tonight, but so far this is one of the most impressive Real Madrid performances we've seen this season.
I quite agree. One of the most impressive Real Madrid performances against one of the most impressive sides in La Liga this season, albeit that Sevilla are playing dreadfully so far tonight. Real Madrid, of course, playing very well, but there's no excuse for this. Absolutely no excuse. Rafael Varane has playing terribly.
And they're really struggling here. It's fallen to Toni Kroos. Here's Morata. Oh, lovely turn. Still Morata. Can he go all the way? In the end, the shot was lacking power, and Sergio Rico, with delight, was able to palm it, get back into the game. It's going to be Nasri. Driven in low, and Ganso trying to flick it onto the far post. Got too much contact on it, and it skied over the bar. Well, certainly, yeah, your comments, Duncan. I mean, he was on a bit of a no-win situation, really, Zidane. But I think just let the players go out there. An opportunity here, all the way through Correa, and somehow Iborra drags it wide with the whole goal gaping in front of him. An enormous opportunity for Sevilla to get back into it there.
It really is. Great opportunity, and Correa does very well to get away from Nacho. He's stretching with the finish and can't get it beyond Kiko Casilla. But what about that from Iborra? A player that we've seen score some crackers over the last few weeks, months, years. Scored some very important goals for Sevilla as well, but on this occasion
James, it's picked up by Marcelo into the box. James dinks it over. It's hooked away by Escudero. Better defended on that occasion by the Andalusians.
Well, it's a missed opportunity for Real Madrid. There's a point in that move where James has to square it. I think it's for Asensio.
This is Nasri. The flag stays down. An opportunity for Vitolo. And on the one hand, it's brilliantly saved by Kiko Casilla, who comes off his line and makes himself big. On the other hand, again, that lack of killer instinct when you've got an opportunity to score.
It's a brilliant run from Vitolo. It's a brilliant diagonal run, keeps himself onside. I'm not sure what he tries to do with
playing that perhaps the player was offside. Either way, very nearly squeezing that one in too. Kiko Casilla forced to get down low near his left-hand post to block it. There's, well, quite a lot of dissent going on there, and it's clearly something that Marcelo said to Mateo Laoz that he didn't like. This is the result of the Asensio. Asensio's cross to the far post. Down goes Modric, and what's the ref given? Penalty to Real Madrid. Just over 2 minutes to go to the break, and this is exactly what Sevilla had to avoid. Talking his way into the referee's book, Gabriel Mercado there.
But he thought long and hard about that one. The referee, Mateo Laoz, had a really good look at it and eventually blew his whistle and pointed to the spot. Let's see this one again.
It's a clear shove, I think, from Mariano there. Let's see if we can see it better here.
I'm not sure if Mariano isn't shoved
I think you're
beforehand by James, to be honest.
I think you're right. He just displaces him, and then the Brazilian defender, well, there's not much contact, but the contact was visible. Either way, penalty given. James Rodriguez has a chance to make it 3. And no mistake. Nothing Sergio Rico could do about that one. Real Madrid go 3-0 up. James gets his second, and it's starting to look like a bit of a slaughter, Duncan.
It is. I think on this occasion Sevilla have been harshly done by. I don't think it should have been a penalty kick. Maybe we should watch a couple more replays before we come to that conclusion, but it looked to me Like Mariano was shoved into the Real Madrid player, Modric, who then fell over. I don't think it should have been a penalty kick, but as soon as he pointed to the spot, James stepped up, and what a confident penalty that is. Just that stuttering run, sending the goalkeeper to the ground and putting the ball the other side. Wonderful penalty from James, showing real confidence considering he's not playing all that much. But that's 2 goals for him now, 3 for Real Madrid, and they are flying.
Well, James, Morata, Asante Bora, but it's clearly Rami's job. The half-time whistle has gone, the Bernabeu is on its feet, and it may well be on its feet, because they've seen an exhibition here over the opening 45. Is that they were starting to edge back into the game a little bit, weren't they, after going 2-0 down, before being caught by that penalty that James put away.
Not to concede anymore, of course, and to get an away goal. That at least gives them a glimmer of hope.
This is Marcelo. Morata waiting, and I think he didn't quite realise that the defender had slipped. It was Mercado who lost his footing, and really Morata had time to control the ball and then pick his spot, or leave it for James. It's the through ball from Cruz to Marcelo.
Look at this cross from Marcelo. It's just stunning. He's such a good crosser of the ball. He's running almost full pelt down that left wing, and he pins there, and he chose the wrong one. It was a poor effort. Had plenty of time to have controlled it and didn't do that.
Let's see the response from Sevilla. Well, that's better. Just dragged wide from Correa, but at least they've forced Kiko Casilla into diving for the ball. He didn't get a touch on it. The ball was always going wide. Here you can see it again. Sevilla are capable of some kind of response over the next 40 minutes or so. Here's Marcelo. Got some power behind it, but he was leaning back and just spooned the ball over Sergio Rico's crossbar.
Well, he's up for this one, Marcelo, isn't he? Wearing the captain's armband, of course, in the absence of Sergio Ramos, who's injured, misses this game alongside Pepe. And he's up and down that left flank, this time cutting inside and getting a shot away, just leaning back and sending it over. But he's playing well, Marcelo.
The ball in play. Here's Modric. Morata. Now Vicente Iborra looking for Nzonzi. Carvajal doing well. There's just so much desire in this Real Madrid team. Marcelo's cross, and Morata got a touch to it, but not enough.
I think you've hit the nail on the head, Simon. There is so much desire. It's something we mentioned earlier in the game. Every Real Madrid player looks like they want to be out there. Every Real Madrid player looks like they want the ball. Every Real Madrid player looks like they want to score.
Even Nzonzi powering away from them. It's a good ball too. Casilla off his line, and Correa couldn't quite get the touch he needed. Good work from Casilla, but you always run the risk of just mistiming it when you storm out of your box like that, and getting in all kinds of trouble. But as you can see,
timing is absolutely key, and he's got this spot on. Kiko Casilla, he's done that on a couple of occasions.
Huge favour.
Yeah, you certainly have. And
Vitolo goes down, and following through with a really firm challenge, Escudero. A little bit of frustration creeping in there. And the referee not impressed. Certainly not impressed with the penalty appeal. Varane gets his legs a little bit tangled with Vitolo, who goes down easily, it has to be said.
Does really well there, Varane. Gets a toe on the ball, no question about it.
And that's the best view of all, isn't it? As Nasri takes this corner, it's Morata helping out. And finally the shot from Escudero, not too far away.
Really isn't. He's caught that really well on his left boot. He's got a wonderful left foot, Escudero. Scored some absolute corkers in the past. I remember one goal at Getafe. An absolute stunner from a long way out, that one. Not too far away.
He did well to keep it down, didn't he? And I think probably might have just clipped the top of the bar had it been on target. But on the ball, Isco gets the cross in. And spectacular attempt there by Mariano with his first touch.
Well, he did really well, didn't he? I'm not quite sure how he did it.
With just brilliant reflexes and getting that on target. Advantage always to Kiko Casilla. Now it's Madrid on the break. Casemiro, what a brilliant ball through. Danilo with a chance to make it 4. Confused as to his plans there. Isco, but it doesn't matter because the final whistle has gone, and in the Santiago Bernabeu, the first leg of the Copa del Rey last 16 clash, the final score: Real Madrid 3, Sevilla 0.
Thanks for joining us here in the Copa del Rey round of 16. Real Madrid with a